In his 50-plus years as a goldsmith, Toni Cavelti produced a treasure chest of masterfully designed and crafted jewelry. To him, the most essential quality of his work was imagination.
Well, imagination is all. Without imagination, you don't fly. Without imagination, you don't think, you don't create.
He started painting and designing as a young boy in Switzerland. His fascination with gold and silver and jewels came later in his teens, when he went to a school that happened to have an extensive collection of antiquities.
Church objects, items made of silver, made of gold, and it was in those last 2.5 years of schooling that I really became fascinated by things that were well made, things that were made a long time ago, and things that last. So when I was 15 and a half, I became a goldsmith. I started an apprenticeship. I was still a little boy in shorts. I said, because they are doing things that are lasting. They are doing things that are of value.
He already had his own sense of good design.
I think I could realize if it was good design. It had the simplicity, and you couldn't fool me with putting a whole lot of fancy work together. If something was overloaded, it didn't excite me. No, it had to be a kind of simple, it had to make a statement, it had to be clear. Yes, I kind of had honest designs.
When he immigrated to Vancouver in his early 20s, he was poor, so out of necessity, his first designs were simple.
I was able to do a big piece with very little gold. I would draw the gold down to a very, very thin wire, and I knew how to solder, I knew how to make it strong and put it together, and I was certainly influenced at that time already by sculptures.
He was also inspired by a generation of great BC artists who became his friends: Jack Shadbolt, Wayne Nagin, Gordon Smith.
And one influence was certainly also my very good friend Toni Cavelti, whose bold collages gave me an idea to use gold and gold plate in the same way and to treat the gold in different manners. I also got to know Arthur Erickson quite well. And Arthur at the time was doing Simon Fraser University. And I saw pictures of it and actually made a series of rings that were inspired thinking of Arthur Erickson's designs. So yes, I was definitely influenced by Arthur Erickson's architecture.
The great Haida carver and jeweler Bill Reed played a key role in freeing Toni's design imagination.
Bill put me on that thing by telling me, Toni, get out of your box. You have to become more of an artist. Don't just do the jewelry the way you did it in Switzerland. And so I had this incredible luck to be under the influence of that very fine group of people, which happened then and probably never happened again in Vancouver. Also, I must say now, it actually awoke in me a bit of a jealousy. To make jewelry takes a lot of time, an enormous amount of patience. Making jewelry takes a lot of money, because if you want to make jewelry that will sell even at a fraction of the cost of what these painters were getting for their paintings, you have to involve diamonds. You have to involve maybe a ruby or a little emerald or diamond. Nobody gives you those stones. And then this artist friend of mine would go out, they would paint, they would come back with a stack of paintings, they would have a show and sell half of them, and they would say, well, that's fine, now we can carry on painting again and come back and sell some more. So there was a bit of, I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be like them. I did it my own way, making it in jewelry. And I think some of my jewelry has some of that artistic feeling to it. To make a ring was no big deal, but to make an exciting ring was a big deal. The problem was to make a ring or a brooch or a pendant or a necklace that people would look at it and say, wow, wow.
Despite his artistic intent, Toni didn't see himself as an artist.
I was a craftsman. I was serving a clientele.
One of his clients, indirectly, was Queen Elizabeth. The BC government commissioned Toni to make a necklace of BC jade and gold for a royal visit.
And the interesting thing, and the thing that really pleased me the most, was that Her Majesty the Queen wore it. When the Queen walked out of her room with the necklace that I had made and the earrings that I had made on, she said to Prince Philip, "Look, Philip, they are covering me in gold."